earGROUND Radio. New voices amplified.
New voices amplified. earGROUND.
Greetings. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to earGROUND, New Voices Amplified. Yes, today we have the amazing, the beautiful Tina Masawi. Hi, Tina.
Hi, Claude. How are you? Hi,
I'm
everyone.
doing fine. Thanks a lot for joining us on earGROUND. It's a pleasure to have you on the program.
It's my absolute pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Great. For me and most of the people that just started following you recently, and you have really been dropping some amazing content, but a lot of people will be wondering, they want to know who's Tina Masawi.
Well, Tina Masawi is a Zimbabwean born and raised singer, actress. I started out as an actress in the theater at Reps. And then I started doing musicals, and I started singing more than I did acting. And so, yeah, I've been singing for 10 years now, professionally.
10 years singing professionally. Were you coming from an artistic family? Was there anyone who was also an artist within your family?
Yeah, actually, on my mom's side, my mom loves to sing. She's a very good singer, and she always wanted to sing, which is why she let me do what I do. And then I have my cousins as well from my mom's side. They also singers. You might know Adiona, Chizonga,
Yes. I'm a big fan.
25. They're my
Yes.
cousins.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah. She's an amazing friend of mine. I've her CD. Yeah, I actually have it somewhere here.
yeah, we've sung together as well, like 025 and Adiona. We've collaborated with Reverb 7 together. I've got an auntie as well. Her name is Tendai Nelson. She's a singer in the UK. And yeah, she's also she's also like a Ziwa Award nominee and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say that I have some music in my blood.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. But how would you describe your music? What sort of music do you make?
Well, I've grown up listening to a lot of different artists. I've listened to so many. So my taste in music is very diverse, and so obviously that affects my singing. So I just like to sing whatever feels good, whatever sounds good to me. Normally, recording wise, I started off doing house music, and then Afro pop, and then more recently it's like a combination of like R&B and Afro beats. So yeah, I mean, music is always evolving. People's tastes are always changing. The sounds are always changing. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool that I can still just do whatever I feel like. I love R&B. I love blues. Here in Spain, I sing blues music. I'm based in Spain, in Barcelona. I'm a blues singer, and I've sung at most of the blues festivals they have here. And then I also sing pop. I also sing soul. It depends what's the occasion.
Great. You left Zimbabwe for Spain. Was it in pursuit of new opportunities, or you felt Zimbabwe was not really appreciative of your talent?
Well, I actually initially I went to South Africa first for about a year. And I was working at theaters there. And then I came back home. I worked at Haifa for a little bit as well, for a few months. As like an assistant artistic coordinator. And then after that, I was like, oh wow, what do I do? Zim. I really love singing. I really love the theater. I mean, I used to do gigs and events and stuff like that. That's mostly what I've done, but just wasn't enough, And then I even had the songs playing on the radio since I think 2014 maybe. I have some songs that are still in rotation from that time today, right?
Okay.
But it just wasn't enough. And then I got an opportunity to come and sing here in Spain. I always wanted to go to Europe. I actually wanted to go to France because I speak French and I wanted to. But then Spain came along, and I just stayed here because I love it so much.
But how do you compare the scene in Spain as compared to Zimbabwe? How much far are we, or how close are we to the international, industry?
Zim is so far behind, unfortunately. It's just very sad that I feel like that the reason for that is, I mean, we're slowly catching up though, to be honest. Like, I feel like people are starting to have a little bit more respect for artists and the craft, you know what I mean? But I feel like why we're lagging behind is because of just there's a lack of value for artists and art. And, a lot of people still look down on it and think it's a career for people that don't know what they're doing, or they don't know what they want out of life. But in the rest of the world, it's an actual career. I've always made a living off of singing, and it's a respectable career choice. And also, and contrary to what people may think, being a musician is not for, because or you are,
Yes.
or something like that.
But did you ever face that?
Being a musician, it's not cheap. You have to have money. You have to have money for equipment. You have to have money for content, for music videos. You have to have money to record, go to a recording studio. If you don't go to a recording studio, recording equipment is very expensive. So it's, I just feel like people need to understand that it's not just a hobby. It can also be a career.
That can be a serious profession. And do you still do theater, or are you now full-time music?
Right now I'm most like 90, I would say 98% music. I also do modeling and acting on the side, but not full on theater. I just perform and singing in theaters, but I haven't done acting in a while. Really miss it. So hopefully another opportunity will come for me to do that.
Definitely. But it's quite interesting because you've mentioned that you are balancing, you've got a background in acting, music, and modeling as well, which is something that I find ideal for a creative, not to just have one sort of revenue stream, but to have like multiple, creative elements that you do, and also different avenues you can make money. Do you feel that it's something that is necessary for every artist to actually have more than one career patterns?
It depends. It depends. I feel like the best situation for an artist is to just create. But, as it is right now, for example, I have to do admin for myself. I have to do management for myself. I have to do artwork for myself. I have to do photos. I have to do all of this. So there are various other jobs that are creative as well that you also have to do in order to be creative in your main, your main job. So it is useful to learn other skills, and usually creatives, you can do something else. You can become a sound engineer as well, that is aligned to what you're already doing. Become a stylist, makeup artist, whatever as well. Yeah, definitely, I would encourage it. If you can do more stuff, the more you can do, the better.
Great. Now we're in lockdown. How has this affected your work? Are you still able to work, considering that there's COVID-19?
No, because here mostly I'm a live performer. I'm more a live performer than I am a studio artist, to be honest. So really most of my work comes from actually performing on stages and stuff like that. So I haven't been able to do much of that. Unfortunately, this year is pretty tricky in that department, naturally. But on the other hand, I had worked on these projects where I'm releasing these singles. So I had a lot of that to do, and there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, trying to market it, trying to get it done, and sending it to people. It's a lot as well of work. So I guess I've focused on a different aspect of the singing as opposed to just performing. I was able to also sit. I had time to write songs. I've had time to network with other artists, collaborate with other artists. So it's been really great, actually. I think it was a good thing
Great.
that we had time, you know?
Awesome. Let's talk about that body of work. Like, how much work have you released so far? I know you've mentioned some singles, you've mentioned some videos, but how much since you started 10 years? How much content do you have out?
Have I released? So I think the first project that I was on was Reverb 7's album, Out of My Mind, back in 5 minutes, and I had 2 songs on there. And then after that, we released the Friends album, which also had 2 or 3 of songs from there. And then I released Sami, which was written by Fungai Nengari and produced by Reverb 7 as well.
Great.
You know Fungai, yeah?
Yes, I'm a good friend of Fungai. Yeah.
So he wrote Masawi and I liked it and I just hopped on it and Reba produced it. So there's that. And then recently now, I haven't released much, to be honest. Until now, I feel like on my own projects, like my own, like this is for my EP, this is the first time I'm actually releasing just Tina Masawi stuff. So it's really exciting.
And what should we be expecting anytime soon? You said you're working on new songs and new stuff.
Well, I've already done the songs. I recorded a whole lot of songs well, over the years. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't released. Some of it I can't really release anymore because it's not really relevant now. But I've got an EP coming out. I keep pushing the date a bit further because, you know, it's just a little bit complicated. I need to get some things together and then also just push the stuff that I've already released, like the singles, and see how they do. It's basically an experiment to see how people respond to the sound, which songs they like, and then see what I should do more of, basically. So yeah.
We see a lot of online concerts. Are you following some of them that are happening, especially from Zimbabwe?
Yes, I've seen a lot of them. The other day there was the one that was based in the UK, Champondroka. There was that. Yes, I personally love Edith Tonga. I know her; she's amazing. And Sharon Rose, I've met her, but I follow her a lot. Sharon Rose.
She's amazing. It was my first time seeing her perform. She's super awesome. Yes.
I've been following her for years now, and I just think she's so great. So that was pretty exciting. And then I like DJ parties as well. Reverb 7's always doing parties. I think Praise Soul also had a concert the other. Yeah, so yeah, I've been watching. I mean, people are really Tammy's concerts as well. I love Tammy. Yes. Who else did I watch? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of online activity, which is great. I mean, people are really adapting to the situation.
True. And are we gonna see you joining some of these concerts or creating your own online concert?
Creating my own, maybe. I don't know. I've thought about it. Yeah, people have suggested it, but I need to still work on that. I'll probably do one. I did a performance for Shoko Lounge Sessions though.
Awesome.
In May, or was it April? April and May, thereabouts. And that was really fun. It was great. Did a bit of, I think I performed about 8 songs or 6. I don't know. And that was really good as well. Yeah. So.
Wow. And in terms of reception, how do you see yourself being received there in Spain as compared to Zimbabwe when you go on stage and you're performing there?
Wow, here they love me.
We love you too.
The Spanish are amazing people, man, and they're so welcoming, they're so open, and they just they love what I do. And Zim the same, I guess, but on a lower scale, you know, it's different. I feel like
The loves and dance.
Yeah, I mean, I have some people that are really like super, like they're always encouraging me to do stuff, which sometimes that's why I didn't release music, because I thought, I don't think anyone really wants to hear my stuff. I don't think anyone's really interested in that. They're interested in other things. But then I thought, you know what, why not for me to just say I at least have this. I mean, I'm an artist. I have to create stuff and it'd be nice to do something for people that actually like my music at home, which is great. So yeah, the reception is a bit different, but I'm okay with that. I don't really, it doesn't faze me much. I'm just like,
Cool.
okay,
And
it is
language
what it
barrier.
is.
Okay,
Okay.
awesome. Language barrier. Do you experience any language
No,
barrier when you're speaking Spanish?
no, I speak Spanish. I speak Spanish. I'm really good with languages. It's my other secret
Great.
talent.
So
Secret,
you
not so
speak
secret.
Ndebele, Shona, English, and Spanish.
You know what? Ndebele, I understand, but I'm not really good at speaking. I
Okay.
never got to learn, and I'm very sad about that. I was actually talking to a friend the other day. I said, "Ah, you know, it would have been really cool if we'd actually learned Ndebele as well.
I
I
feel
feel
the
like
same too.
I,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that opportunity. So it really upsets me. But when I do go to Bulawayo, I understand, but I'm not really confident with myself.
Okay.
But I speak Spanish properly, and I speak and write Spanish and French as well
Okay.
as a little bit of Portuguese. And that's it.
Ah, wow. That's a lot. I've been struggling with German, but now I think I'm slowly getting there.
I tried German for a year. It was hard. I didn't really enjoy it.
It is, but I
Yeah.
think once you get into the groove and then it starts to flow, I think I'm slowly getting into that groove.
Do you live in Germany?
Yes, I live in Germany.
Ah, okay, so yeah. What the best way to learn is to be in the place where they're speaking the language. You'll
That's
learn
true.
very fast. Yeah.
Yeah, very true, very true. And modeling, I'm just looking at you, pretty dark skinned, but living in a white community. Do you have a place there? Do you see yourself fitting in terms of like the modeling industry?
Ah, yes, because there's not a lot of dark-skinned Black women here. It's not like a huge demographic. I'm sure they're there, but like they always like to find people like, you know, to add a bit of color and diversity to stuff, I suppose. So yeah, there is work. But the thing is, I just haven't been putting enough effort into it because usually I'm so busy with performing and traveling. I don't have enough time to really dedicate enough of my energy to that, but I'm going to try and go to more castings and do more. But I have a modeling contract and stuff, so they send me auditions and things like that, and yeah, so it's fun. I love doing it, but it's just that I usually don't have time to really
How
get
to do
into
that? Okay, cool. And I'm looking at the scenario like the music scene in Zimbabwe and also within the Zimbabwean diaspora.
Yeah.
Slowly, I'm starting to see so many new young female artists. In the past, we had one or two, not so many. But over just the lockdown period, I think now I know at least about 15, 20 super amazing.
Yes.
Do you feel that it took the internet revolution for this to happen, or what's your feeling? Do you feel that this is happening, or it's just a matter of now we're getting exposed to this talent? This talent was there already.
Absolutely. I feel like in this time, people are really paying attention to stuff on the internet, you know, because usually there's a distraction of going to work, things to do, blah, blah. But now people spend a lot of time on the phone and stuff. And I've met so many Zimbabwean singers, producers. There's so many. I thought I knew maybe 4 or 5 female singers, 2 or 3, you know, but there's actually a lot more artists out there that are doing really great stuff. And so I think thanks to the internet, we get to find these rare gems that we didn't know were there, you know. It's really great.
Oh, great. 20 years from now. No, 20 is too much. 5 years from now.
5 years from now?
Yes, where do we see you?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, to be honest.
How far
But
are you thinking? 3 years, 2 years?
in a better position career-wise than I am now, definitely. I hope I would be producing more. I would be producing better music, singing better for sure, and you know, just leveled up. Basically, I usually I plan year after year that each year has to be better than the last. And usually it's gone that way. So if I keep going that way, then definitely in 5 years' time, some really cool stuff will happen.
Wow. Your word to one young artist who's looking up to you, who wants to emulate what you've done and get inspired, what would you say to them?
Oh, I'd be so
that Zimbabwe is a very difficult place.
First of all, I'd be really humbled because I haven't done much from what I think. But I feel like just to believe in what you're doing, man. Like because there's a lot of naysayers, eh? There's a lot of people that tell you, no, this is stupid. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Just focus on what your instinct is telling you, what you really feel is what draws you, because you live a life of peace. Like, I feel like success is doing what you enjoy all the time. I don't ever have to do anything that I don't like. I've never been that person. It's always just been hard for me to do stuff that I don't want to do. So difficult. So now my life's been great. I feel like I've never worked a day in my life ever. I have peace of mind, stress-free. My skin is glowing because I chose to do something that I enjoy to do. So just whatever, if you're looking to do that, stick to it. Better yourself every time. Compete with yourself. You can't compete with anybody else because you can't even compare. You're you, and do the best that you can, and then you'll get to where you want to go. Yeah, I think so.
Wow, thank you so much. It's been awesome speaking to you, and keep glowing, keep sounding good, and definitely you're most welcome. But before we go, it would be sad if we go without getting even a small snippet from you, even 20 seconds.
Okay. No need to keep them up to speed with all our movements. This is our moment, we own it. No need to share all of our business, how I woos it. Gotta produce it, need. That's it.
Wow, super awesome. Thank you so much. To anybody who wants to follow you, wants to get your music, buy your music, stream it, where do they find you?
Okay, so you find me at basically Tina Masawi at Instagram, Tina Masawi on Facebook, Tina Masawi on Twitter. Tina Masawi on TikTok as well. I'm on TikTok, I know.
Oh, on TikTok.
So,
cool. So you make some cool members there.
But like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, Tina Masawi at Tina Masawi at Tina Masawi. And yeah, then you'll have all the links to the videos and the streaming services.
Great. Is Tina shortcut for Tinashe or?
Yes.
I'm
okay, Tinashe.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Tina. Tina Masawi, it's been awesome. It's been great speaking to you, and to everybody who's been watching. Follow on Tina Masawi on all the platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, we keep it easy.
Wow, thank you so much. Definitely look forward to the next projects that you're working on, and we'll be following your career, and we hope to catch up in Spain one of these days.
Absolutely. Yes, thank you so much, and enjoy the summer over there, and stay safe. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Great. So thank you so much. Stay tuned to earGROUND, New Voices Amplified. My name is Claude Marco, and I'm out. Stay tuned. Until next time, we're back again. Wow. Okay.
Kuti iende atimboda earGROUND yakaipa mazviziva. Anzi ndiyo inongotora mikombe yose saka musarwadziwa. Pull up, aineti kudzokorora earGROUND Zimbabwe. Yeah, big up Plot Marco, is popped in, dear boy.